At least 2 people who took off after crashing a car into a dental office following a string of dangerous events. It happened earlier this morning in the Arden arcade area. That's where we find CBS 13's Kristen Marshall with more.
Well, power is back on and it's business as usual for most folks here along Arden and Watt, except for those at Western Dental. Now, all of this after a driver traveling at a high rate of speed, according to CHP, crashed through this storefront following a very dangerous chain of events. Now, here's what it looked like just after 4 o'clock this morning. CHP says the driver of this 4-door sedan flew over the curb, somehow navigated through these trees and poles before barreling into the storefront. Obviously, a very violent accident. You can see the mangled mess on the front of the car and on some of the side doors. But this crime scene actually starts a few hundred yards back on the northbound side of Watt Avenue approaching Arden. That's where the driver allegedly started speeding down the road, somehow slammed into the power pole, shearing it at its base, causing some of those wires to then bow over the northbound lanes on Watt Avenue. Then this unsuspecting driver of a truck comes down, somehow clips the lines on his truck, which causes a second power line to shear at the base, fall over, blow a transformer, and then actually knock power to several of the residents and businesses here in the area. Now, witnesses tell police there were about 2 or 3 people inside the car that actually bailed out on foot. Likely suffering some sort of injuries based on what they found inside. The airbags did deploy, and it looks like neither or all parties were not wearing their seatbelts. CHP says it's almost unbelievable no other innocent people were involved.
From my perspective, as well as all of our officers, other than the occupants of the vehicle itself, which is undetermined on the extent of their injuries, there was no innocent parties that were hurt. You know, obviously we have no idea of sobriety, whether drugs or alcohol played a factor in this as well. But fortunately, there was no one else that was injured or killed, so that we can be thankful for.
Investigators are hoping some of the cameras here at the intersection or any of the business surveillance cameras that were in the area at the time were rolling and caught the chain of events and possibly the suspects on tape. Had a chance to speak to the folks inside of Western Dental, and they say they've canceled all of their appointments today. They're rescheduling and working on how they're going to repair. Back to you.
Yeah, major damages there. Kristen, thanks so much.